Sometimes a single decision, just one signature on a piece of paper, can totally change the rules of the game. It can echo through history. And today, we're looking at one of those moments. The day back in 1955 when West Germany made a choice that would reshape the Cold War forever. All right, let's get into it. So there it is, 1955. The Federal Republic of Germany, what we all know as West Germany, officially becomes a member of NATO. Now, this wasn't just some quiet little entry into a political club. No way. This was a seismic shift, a real earthquake in the balance of power between the East and the West. So who was the mastermind behind this huge move? Well, that would be this man right here, Konrad Adenauer, West Germany's very first chancellor. You have to remember, in this chaotic post-war world, Adenauer had this incredibly clear, rock-solid vision for his nation's future. And that vision was all about steering it away from its dark past and right into a powerful new alliance. And this quote, wow, it just captures his entire philosophy perfectly, doesn't it? Germany must belong to the West. For Adenauer, this wasn't just a military calculation. It was about identity. It was a full-throated commitment to democracy, to free markets, and to a deep political and cultural connection with Western Europe and the United States. So the key thing to get here is that this decision was just as much about values as it was about defense. Okay, now this is where things get really fascinating, because you see these two immediate and completely opposite reactions. For NATO, this was a massive win, a huge strategic victory. Bringing West Germany into the fold, as you can see, meant a dramatic boost in military power. We're talking about a huge industrial and manpower base right there on the front line of the Iron Curtain. But, and it's a big but, look at the other side. For the Soviet Union, this was basically an act of aggression. Think about it. The rearmament of a country that had invaded them just over a decade before, now joining a hostile military alliance, that was seen as a direct existential threat. And this is the perfect example of the Cold War's action-reaction cycle. In fact, less than a week after West Germany joined NATO, what did the Soviets do? Bam! They created their very own military bloc, the Warsaw Pact. And just like that, this one single move locked the division of Europe into place. And really, that brings us to the big takeaway here. West Germany joining NATO wasn't just some footnote in history. It was the catalyst. It triggered a perfectly symmetrical reaction, locking both sides of the Cold War into this formal military standoff. It cemented the division of Europe, it kicked the arms race into high gear, and it totally set the stage for decades of tension to come. It leaves you with a pretty powerful question to chew on, right? How can one nation's choice of who to be friends with become the first domino that completely redefines the entire world stage? Definitely something to think about.